Ideals of Zia showed way in all crises, say leaders and activists of BNP on birth anniversary of party founder. BNP wants to keep faith in EC. Nahid Asif, among others, going to meet chief advisor at Jamuna. NCP wants crowdfunding for own candidates. Website opened. Chhatradal stages sit-in at EC premises on 3-point demands. Deadline for withdrawal of candidature tomorrow. Symbol allocation next day. News24 English Bulletin. This is Jannatul Sadia. Those were headlines. Now the details. BNP leaders marked the 90th birth anniversary of party founder Zia Rahman. Senior leaders led tribute marches to the mausoleum. Party Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said BNP wants to establish democracy following Zia's ideals. He said nationalism guided the nation during crisis. Fakhrul added that a free and fair election can resolve current political challenges. NCP delegation will meet the chief advisor of the interim government, Professor Muhammad Yunus, after a while. The meeting led by NCP convener Nahid Islam will be held at the residence of the chief advisor Jamuna and will be attended by the party's election steering committee chairman Asif Mahmood Shajib Bhuiya and secretary Monira Sharmin and Johirul Islam Musa of the election steering committee's legal assistance subcommittee. The biased behavior of the election commission and the current election situation will be discussed during the meeting. Chhatradal staged a sit-in outside the election commission again on Monday. The student wing of BNP accused the EC of bias in postal ballot decisions. Protesters alleged political influence in key decisions. They said the commission is changing election decisions forcibly. Chhatradal also claimed a special setup is favoring a specific party. The protest followed concerns over a fair election environment in educational institutions. Election Commissioner Anwarul Islam Sarkar said all complaints from political parties are being reviewed. He said necessary steps are being taken. Speaking to reporters on Monday, he said big or small parties are equal to the Election Commission. He added the commission is under no pressure. Anwarul said everyone wants a good election. Earlier, training was held for presiding officers on postal ballot vote counting. The first day of testimony against Sheikh Hasina, Tariq Ahmed Siddiq and 11 former and current army officers in the case of crimes against humanity in the case of forced disappearance and torture has ended. The next date of testimony and cross-examination is January 25th. The judicial panel of the International Crimes Tribunal 1 held testimony on Monday. The state party held a hearing on the framing of charges against 13 people on December 7th last year. 5 specific charges were brought in the case. At the hearing, the state party said that hundreds of people were detained and tortured in the GIC cell. The chief prosecutor said that if the disappearances are not tried, the culture of fear will return. The prosecution has filed a formal complaint against 12 people, including former MP Shamim Osman and his son Oyon Osman, in a case of crimes against humanity in Narayanganj. The tribunal has ordered to arrest those accused and produce them before court on January 26th. The complaint in the case discussed at the International Crimes Tribunal 1 was filed on Monday morning. Earlier, the tribunal had given 3 months to submit an investigation report against Shamim Osman and his son and 8 others in the case of crimes against humanity committed in Narayanganj during the July uprising. Police said a 15-year-old boy missing for 2 months was brutally murdered in Dhaka. His skeleton was found in 38 pieces in Ashulia. The victim Milan was killed for cash and his auto rickshaw. PBI said the suspects were known to him. 3 people have been arrested. Investigators said the accused sold the vehicle after the murder, confessed in court. The High Court has postponed the Central Student Union Saxo and Hall Parliament elections of Shahjalan University of Science and Technology in Sylhet. The High Court bench of Justice Fahmida Kader and Justice M.D. Asif Hassan gave this order on Monday. The writ petitioner said that there is no obstacle to the Saksu elections 4 weeks after the national elections. Home Affairs Advisor Jahangir Alam Chaudhary said food and fertilizer supply is a major global challenge. He called Russia's gift of 30,000 metric tons of fertilizer a strong example of global cooperation. Speaking at a handover event in Dhaka, he said agriculture saw progress under the interim government. He added that the government is committed to supplying quality fertilizer to farmers. He also thanked Russia for its continued support. Diplomatic tensions between the United States and NATO allies are intensifying over the threat of annexation of Greenland. Talks are underway to take retaliatory measures against the United States over Donald Trump's threat to impose tariffs on European allies. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has termed Trump's tariff plan a mistake. On the other hand, the Kremlin says that if Washington tries to annex Greenland, it will be the cause of Trump's downfall. That's all from the newsroom today. Thank you for watching News 24. Please stay with us.